What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Kinesio Outdoors YouTube video. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the Savage 110 Carbon Tactical and the 6.5 PRC. It has a 1 and 8 inch twist barrel, 24-inch carbon proof barrel, bolt action rifle, came standard with an 8-round AICS magazine. So let's dive into why I'm replacing my old gun, and then why I chose this gun, and then what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So I used to have a Browning X-Bolt 270. I've also had a Remington, I think it was 870 or 8700, I can't remember, bolt action 243. I've used a Marlin 22LR, a Ruger 1022 semi-automatic long rifle. I've used a Remington Remington 35 caliber. I've used quite a few different guns, only 2 bolt action guns, the Browning X-Bolt and then the Savage 110. And the reason I chose to leave that 270 is because a few different things. One of them is I wanted to get into NRL Hunter matches. And with those matches, shots are often 600 to 800 yards. And messaging with some people who are pretty successful in that realm, I actually found out that a 1 in 10 barrel is just not exactly the most accurate after 500 yards. So that got me looking into things, and other than that issue, I really liked that Browning X-Bolt. I had no issues with it at all. Recoil is manageable for me. The bullets were fine. Copper bullets were a little bit on the lighter side, but not a big deal. I like copper bullets, that's why I say that. But that barrel was an issue, and the BC of the bullets, especially copper bullets, was just pretty low. So I knew that I wanted something with a faster barrel twist, and I wanted higher BC bullets. So after looking around, I was considering the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 6.5 PRC. Well, I wanted to build one gun for NRL Hunter and elk, deer, bear, whatever hunting out to 600-700 yards. So that's why I went with the 6.5 PRC. I think of it as a 6.5 Magnum versus a 6.5 Creedmoor. Maybe somebody can correct me in the comments below, but it just seems like the Magnum, just the souped up version of the 6.5 Creedmoor. Other than that, the rounds are really, really similar. Weights are similar. Velocities are similar. Foot-pounds of energy downrange are pretty similar. But the BCs are just a little bit better. And I was able to get it at a barrel twist rate that I wanted relatively easily. Now, the reason I went with this gun is actually more for the NRL Hunter than for the hunting side. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to shoot in the production class. Now, if I choose to shoot an NRL Hunter match with a partner, from what I can tell, and I could be wrong, it looks like you can shoot up to 8 rounds. So I wanted something with a large magazine. AICS magazines, I don't even know if that's what you call them, they can make them 8 to 10 rounds or all the way down to 3 rounds. So I have this 8 round. I just ordered a 5 round from NDT because this 8 round is a little large for hunting purposes. It's kind of bulky, sticks out a little bit. I don't have to fill it, so the weight doesn't make a huge difference, but I don't want something that's extra long sticking out off the bottom of my gun. So this was one of the reasons I wanted to choose this gun. Another reason is it comes threaded with the muzzle. For the NRL Hunter production, essentially you can't modify the gun at all. You can add things to it, but you can't drill into the stock, modify the barrel. You can put things on top of it, but you can't make any permanent changes. So it comes with a threaded barrel. It's like 5/8 by 24, so I was able to easily get an APA Gen 3 muzzle brake for it. It has an adjustable length of pull with these, I call them like kind of comb pads here, as well as you can adjust the height of the cheek piece, and you can adjust the trigger with the Savage trigger. So everything that I wanted, I was able to find in this gun. It's also pretty lightweight. For the production class, you need to be under 12 pounds. This comes in at 8 pounds. With my scope and rings that I have, that's 2.2 pounds. I'm looking at 10 pounds. That leaves me 2 pounds of accessories, essentially bipod. I had to add this attachment for the pick rail of my bipod, and then the muzzle brake. So all those things led me to this gun, and I'm really happy with it. I wanted sub-MOA accuracy with an adjustable trigger, adjustable length of pull, and cheek piece, and I got it. This gun's very easy for me to shoot. The caliber so far, I'm a really big fan of it. I will say something that I'm not used to is the 20 MOA rail. Essentially what that does is that cants the scope down. So this is a huge over exaggeration, but the back of the scope's up, the front of the scope is down. And what that does is that makes so that way your scope, because your scope has so much range, your reticle has so much range within the scope, it actually starts it on the higher side of that range. So you have more down travel, so you can shoot further distances by dialing your scope rather than having to hold over. So that's something that's super cool. I wasn't sure if I like it. I actually think it's pretty neat. So far I like that. And also this gun, I don't want to use the word cheap because I really am happy with this gun. I think it's really high quality, but it's a lower cost than some of the other guns that have all of these features. So for all those reasons, I chose this gun and I'm happy with it so far. Now, for everything that I like, there's a couple things that I dislike. One thing that I dislike is this magazine. It's not the easiest to get in. I don't know, maybe it's just me not knowing how to use it, but it's a little bit clumsy. Kind of moves around a bit. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I will say the magazine release, show you that. The magazine release here is actually really easy to do. There we go, now you can see it. So just button or lever, squeeze, super easy to do. Really like that. But the magazine has a little bit of rattle. Another thing I want to point out is this bolt has what I'm going to call slop. And I'll kind of show you what that looks like. There's a lot of movement there, which wouldn't matter if it didn't cause the bolt to not be able to move. So right now I'm trying to push the bolt forward, but I can't. That's because this knob, which is something else that I don't like, is huge. It's really heavy and it creates a large lever. And since there's some play in this bolt, it actually is pulling it out of the center so that I can't run the bolt forward. If I have it centered, it's actually really easy. The bolt's pretty darn good. So I'm trying to learn to actually put my thumb over the bolt when I run the bolt. See if I can do this for you here. So if I run the bolt with my thumb over it, I actually have no issues. And that kind of keeps the center of bolt travel, kind of that force being from the outside, pushing that bolt out and trying to keep it more centered over the bolt. So I will say that's a dislike. In this action, I had the Browning X bolt, and that was a super smooth action. I don't know if it is the difference in the actions, different in engineering. I'm not sure. I know they make aftermarket bolts that you can replace this with. That's not something that I want to do since I want to shoot production class. So again, my solution is I just put my thumb on the end of the bolt here, and I just run the bolt forward. I'm not sure if that's what you're actually supposed to do. I'm mostly a self-taught shooter, but I have seen videos of John Pinch, who's arguably the best NRL Hunter competitor maybe ever. And when I see him running his bolts on his guns, he's got his thumb over this point and runs it forward like that. So again, overall, I'm really happy with this gun. It has everything that I wanted. Accurate, probably more accurate than I can shoot. Lightweight, it's really big compared to the X bolt, which is totally okay. That doesn't bother me at all. Long barrel helps with long range accuracy. The 20 MI rail is something that's new, but I'm liking it so far. And other than that bolt slop, I really have no issues with this gun. I feel like I spent a little over $1,000 on it. I was able to find it on Gunbroker, a little bit lower than you'll see on their website. And I think it's worth every penny. I'm going to be probably using this gun. I'll probably shoot the barrel out and probably replace it with the same exact barrel because I have no issues with it so far. It shoots Hornady factory Hunter ammo extremely well. At 100 yards, I was getting sub-MOA groups relatively easily. So if you're looking for a gun for NRL Hunter, I think this is something that you should consider if you have a lower budget. And if you're looking for something for hunting, I still think this is something that you could consider. You might not need an 8-round mag, but this gun is very easy to customize for your fit, which is something that I really like. And accurate barrel, lightweight, there's just a lot to love about this gun. So let me know in the comments below if you have experience with this gun. If you also have issues with that bolt and you were somehow able to remedy it other than my kind of little thumb trick, let me know, because at first I was like, oh, this thing's junk, and I almost sent it back. But when I actually practiced with it more and I didn't have my hand so far outside on that lever, I actually had a pretty smooth time running that bolt. So again, leave comments below, likes or dislikes of this gun. Any questions you have, please let me know. I'll do more videos with developing loads for this gun, as well as all the attachments I have for NRL Hunter and just general hunting. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. If you subscribe and like, please leave comments on what you like, what you dislike about videos. I'm still new at this YouTube thing, so I'm happy to try to make videos that are more accessible to all of you. So thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next video.